You are here to have this spiritual communication, right? Did you have it? You didn't. You did. I am here just to practice Dhamma for 3 days. So you just have to want to have experience in meditation. For those who are not in retreat to redeem your karma, that means you want to improve yourself, you want to attain happiness. That means you are in the path of learning about noble truth, and so you want to be free from suffering. That is the highest or the top goal that we can have for our life. For those who have spiritual communication, it means that you have some agreement with the spirit. Is that right? That means we to attain happiness, we need to have merit, and to redeem the karma, and then to disperse from the victim spirits, and so to have the total forgiveness. You need merit, so merit is our goal. Merit as the goal. Merit will make us improve to the wisdom, the level of having wisdom. This is for someone to want to be free from suffering. To be free from suffering, you hear about the observing precept and meditation and wisdom, right? Sila is also give you merit. Meditation also the same. And wisdom is the top level of merit that we need to know according to the truth. We need to know the truth. Spirits, they want a lot of merit so that they can be reincarnated. How can we do to gain the most merit? Making merit generously, giving generously is also, you give money to someone else, you offer food or materials or money to the monk to help building the uposatha and vihara. You can merit as well, but that's not enough for spirit to be reincarnated. And giving generously, next from that is the merit from preserving or observing the sila or the precept without exploiting others or abuse others. That is higher or giving you more merit than giving generously. But it's not enough for spirit to be reincarnated or cannot make you to reach achievement of Dhamma, studying or practicing. This is only the merit that you gain through making, performing meditation. Why it gives you such a lot of merit from meditation? That's because the Lord Buddha, he enlightened. He reached enlightenment. He knows a lot. He has the, very high level of power that he has attained through meditation, and he was free from suffering. He reached enlightenment. He was free from suffering. He doesn't, he get himself out of the cycle of birth and rebirth. And people in general, such as those who want to become the Arahat, eventually they have to meditate as well. So that's why meditate gives you a lot of merit, and the most merit of all. The next question is that why meditating gives you a lot of merit, the top level of merit? Because you don't commit any sin while meditating. Human commit a sin or bad deed physically, verbally, and mentally. Right, we send out the thought, the ill will thought to other, or we want someone else to be damaged, to be in jeopardy, or sometimes our mind be under the influence of greed, anger and misperception. That is sin as well. This is the matter of humans in this whole world, that they never have a chance to be clear from inauspicious or demerit, because they are under the influence of anger, greed and misperception. Because early in the morning when we wake up, we feel that we want something and we have some kind of concern, right? Today we are worried about this or that matter. You may think that it should not be a kind of sin, but actually it is, because it's the way to building up the defilements, because the mind of human should not be crowded, having concern, worried, and being stressful, and being depressed or unsatisfied with something and angry with something. This can happen to us from a minute that we wake up, and maybe a traffic jam, someone say bad thing to you, something not talk to you nicely, and anger is the same. Sometimes it's about your wants. You want to have this and that. You see that thing and you want to be to have and to possess. This including tangible and intangible items. Wants is a greed. Wants is greed. If we keep enjoying ourselves with all the senses, through all the 5 or 6 senses, so we will be fascinated by entertainment, those kind of things. This kind of thing make your mind become restlessness. Sometimes you enjoy yourself too much with entertainment and other things. So people in the whole world, we have such kind of behavior from a minute that we wake up or get up, right? True? Yes, because sometimes you get frustrated, unsatisfied with someone around you, or you see something, you want to have it, and want to do this, want to do that, because humans are like this from the beginning, from the dawn until they fall asleep at night, they go to bed at night. So it happened like this from the day they were born until today, right? Even you. That's why sin, keep originated in your mind all the time, more or less. Sometimes you may go to make married, and then you'll be happy for a while, and then you'll get back to the worrying and being worried or concerned. That's the way or the time that sin takes place in your mind. Is it like this to you from the day you were born until now? The answer is yes, somehow. Almost every day, Luang Por say. Because we expose ourselves to different senses. We may see something and we want to have it to earn it, so that is greed. And when you talk to someone and the person doesn't talk to you nicely, so you feel frustrated. That this happens on and on and on, all day and all night. Sometimes when you see something, you feel like you enjoy it. That is the fascination. So it happens to us from the day we first born until now. If no one pointed out this fact to you, you will be like this until the last day of your life, because we expose our sense to everything through our eyes, ears, tongue, and body and mind. Everyone is just like this, so we don't know that we are in the wrong path. We don't know that defilements keep pouring into our mind all the time through our behavior. Our physical is weak, become strong because of the food, of the water, that is body. But our mind, actually, it got fed with two things, that is goodness or good deed, and the defilements. The defilements is where but defilements is what will bring you back into the cycle of birth and rebirth. Because sometimes when we expose ourselves to these different senses, sometimes you feel unsatisfied, or you enjoy it, or fascinated by it, then you will say something, right? That is the way you use your speech to do bad deed. Sometimes your hand will tie up and you cannot speak. Your mind would, think in will to the person. How can we stop the sin from happening in our mind? Meditation stops us from commit bad deed physically, verbally, and mentally. So it's pure, right? Purity. Once it's pure, so body and mind can consume the clear things. For example, let's say we eat food. The dirty food drink dirty drinking water and pollution, how would our body be? Sick or not? Yeah, it's sick. But if we eat clean food, clean drinking water, and clean air, our body will be strong, right? It's the same. Our mind that absorb only dirty things, our mind will be sick and sin. It's unhappy, it's uncomfortable. But if our mind take or absorb pure thing without greed, anger, or perception, so our mind will be pure and clean. The noble kings, they meditate so that there will be no dirty things in their mind. This is if we let our mind wandering, sin will take place in our mind all the time. But if we stop our mind from wandering, purity will be originated in our mind. So merit happens that way. If you are here to make merit for your unborn child, but you think about your family, your home, you will get nothing out of that. It was just like you are at home and not at this monastery. There will be no use, no wisdom will happen to you. Then what should you do? Just meditate and be nowhere, no meaning know yourself. Be conscious, that is to say, and be awakened. What about what about going to sleep? Going to sleep is that you lose your consciousness. It's another form of defilement. To have consciousness, you have to be the knower, the awakening, and without defilement. So the point is that the important point is here, you have to be the knower, meaning you have conscious in yourself, and you have to be awakened and not greed, without greed, anger, or misperception. You may think, how can we do it? Can we do it? Can you? What do you think? It's difficult. It's difficult. Because your mind will rather back home somehow. That's why we have a technique so that we can focus our mind. Now let's try. Everyone look at my hand. Don't say anything yet. Tell me what is open or is closed. Say it out together. It's open. Open is bare. Just look and say. Look at my hand, not my face. Gum is closed, bare is open. Say it. Gum is closed, bare is open. Say it, keep saying it. Don't stop. Be focused. Say it. Keep saying it. Are you awakening? You have conscious, right? Did your mind wander back to your home? Did you angry at anyone? Concerned, worry, or you want to have anything? You were fascinated by anything? Nothing. No greed, no anger, no misperception, no concern, no worry. Didn't think about anyone. The whole world is gone from your mind. That is how your merit originated in your mind, because we cut all the defilements for a while. You have been worried about things for so how many years. It's all gone, and you are awakening. Yeah, and you have conscious. This is being focused or having concentration, and you don't allow any defilements into your mind. In doing that, merit will pour into your mind or originated in your mind. If you ask how much merit you gain, it's more than you donated for building the Ubosatha or Vihara. So this is about Buddha focus. Live your life with this moment, the present moment, and know about what is happening, happening right now. How can we do that? We have to look for something in ourselves, in our body. We are alive, so something must be moving within our body. Let's try. Let's find it. Put your left hand, just like หลวงพ่อ do, on your knee. Right hand, 2 fingers. Yeah. Put to your wrist like หลวงพ่อ. Did you see the Chinese doctor? Now you are going to be the Chinese doctor. Focus. Observe if you feel any movement under your fingers or not. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Put your mind at the fingers and the hand. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, slowly. Make your feeling coming up to your nose, then your eyes. And gently open your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Did you feel the movement in your stomach? Clearer is clear. It's better than the wrist, right? You feel that the moment you feel it, merit already generated in your mind. And about the movement, did you think about anything else apart from the movement? Someone said that yes, my mind wandered a little bit, but I brought it back. Yeah, it happens. You feel it and then you bring it back. Why it's wandering? The merit stopped generate, So in the past, if it leave, it just leave, for a long time. But now you realize it and you fight with them, bring it back to be at the spot that we want it to be. Now, when we have conscious, that means merit already generated. How did your stomach move? It's inflated and deflated. Stomach first. I asked you to touch your stomach, right? So it's inflated, then deflated. This is human's life, humans, the way human lives, that is to say. It happened by itself, or we force the breath to make it, inflated and deflated so clearly to you. It happens because I breathe in. No, I just asked you to touch your stomach, so your focus had to be at your stomach, not anywhere else. Or I would say that touch your nose or anything else. It means that, listen to me, right now, to focus your mind, you need to focus at certain spot in your body and not to wander, not to, leave from this and that, even switch from different spots. It's just like when you cook one thing and you do something else at the same time. Just like if I ask you to boil egg or, fried egg, you have to be focused with frying that egg, not to do something else in between. So I ask you to focus at your stomach because it's the center of the whole body. So when our mind is focusing there, we could feel it moves. You make your stomach inflated and deflated, or it just beat by itself. Did you force it move or it just moved naturally? It moves naturally. Did you make it move or you force it or it happened naturally? J เขาควบคุมการหัวใจหายใจฮะ Did your stomach move naturally? Did your stomach move naturally? Or you try to breathe harder? Meaning you are not, being with nature. Because human, when we breathe naturally, like when you sleep, do you have to get up and breathe and get back to sleep or not? No. Our body breathes naturally. No. So our body breathes by itself, or we have to help our body to breathe. But if you keep doing that way, you will feel exhausted because you have to force your breathe, in and breathe out. That's not the right way. That is not naturally, observing. You will have no power of living with nature. Now let's try again. Touch your stomach. Focus and feel the movement and know how it moves. Don't do anything. Don't bother with your breathing. Let your body breathe naturally. Don't force or control your breathing. Let it breathe, naturally, normally. And feel the movement. Like we looking at nature, we are looking at nature or watching at nature. It has to be like this. Meditation. You cannot force breathe in or breathe out because that will make you feel tired. You have to let the air to come down to the diaphragm here. Then your mind realize about that. It's the power, is the energy, and it will make your body become strong, your mind become clear, and merit will be originated or generated right there. Now we are going to try to make our thought, not to let our mind wander away. We try to hold the mind within the body and be right here, be with what we are focusing on the best we can. So when we feel that the stomach is inflated, we just say pong no. Just say that word, no other words, because this is the truth. This is a fact. When it's inflated, you just say pong no, and when it's deflated, you say yup no. So we know it, we feel it. So this is how we are being with the current moment. Now touch your stomach once again. Close your eyes and listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully and follow. Investigate your brain. If it is stressful, it is the tension, to relax your brain, your eyebrow, your eyes, the facial muscle. Relax all parts. Your lips, your teeth, relax all the parts. Your neck and the muscle, relax them all. right shoulder, right arms, right hand, make it at ease. Left shoulder, left arm, left hand. Your back, your back relax it. Your waist, your hips, your bottom, in the front, relax. Your stomach, you don't have to hold your stomach. Make it relax. Right calf, left calf, left, right calf, foot and left. Now the whole body is so free. No part is, stressed or intention, and tell your mind that I am not competing with anyone. Nothing is stressing or suppressing myself. Body and mind are free right now. Once they are free, from now on, we are going to put our mind to focus at the stomach. And remember that from now on, until the day I die, stomach will be a home of the mind. And we are going to focus on the movement. If there is any movement that we can touch when the stomach is inflated, say it clearly in the mind that pong no. If the movement is about deflated stomach, say it clearly in your mind that yup no. If nothing happen, no movement, do nothing. You need to help it or get involved with it. But whenever inflation happen, just say it in your mind. Inflated, say pong no. Deflated, say yup no in your mind clearly. You have to do this continuously. Don't stop the wordings. หลวงปู่โต meditate in this position, in this posture, in order for him to feel the movement of his stomach, that is to be focused and to have consciousness at one spot, because doing that make you feel that your stomach is moving in or out. But if you keep meditating, it will become, in silence, quiet. Let's say, so in that case you use your thumb, press it in gently and focus whether you feel the movement or not. Gently press it in. This is how we keep ourselves awakened, or we will become like almost lost conscious, because it's quiet. It's like the frog when they are in retreat, they don't breathe much. They will be in a very quiet mode. And so for ourselves, we need to we feel the movement and then focus in that and then say it continuously. Now we want our mind and body to become one at one spot, so that to establish power or energy. If we keep doing this, our body will be free, lightweighted, and we will not suffer headache, hypertension or suffer any heart disease or any other illness. All the glands will work properly as it should be. Any kind of illness like ulcer, you'll be away from those diseases. On the other hand, talking about the mind, when someone was possessed by a ghost, the ghost The suffered person will ask the monk to help using his mind power to remove those bad spirits from the person's body. Because we have sometimes we let those bad things into our body because our mind is filled with greed, anger, and misperception, and our brain will be manipulated. But with strong mind power, it can clear those bad things out from our body and bring in the auspicious things into our body. Instead, if you do this regularly, you become profound and strong and have strong mind power. Sometimes we can feel fearful easily, fear of anything easily, but with a very good concentration, you will have wisdom and you will examine things before you become fearful of anything. From this point, it's the establish of two things. That is the power that will access to application of wisdom. Because we were absorbing the impression and depression of our stomach, which you didn't feel it before. Yeah, her focus was shifted from the stomach to her heart. Long Paul says you have to bring your focus back to your stomach, not any other spots. All the training that you had, it was not the answer. But if you observe your stomach, there are details for you to feel that how it moves, why it moves, how much it moves, how strong or weak it moves, and when it's deflated, and how many pause or how many pulse it may. Don't bother with your breath, your stomach, okay? Because it's the center of your body. It's the center of the energy. If you focus at other spot, it's kind of no systematic, It's if you feel the stomach, you can feel all the details, and it's linked to the mind, okay? And as it teaches the breathe to the center of the body, it's about the breathe. So your blood circulation will be good. Because usually human, when we breathe, the air didn't go so deep as it should be. That's why they get sick. But whenever the new blood vessel got oxygen at the right proportion, your immune will be enhanced, so you'll be stronger. And it can kill or treat disease in your body, and your mind will be focused as one. But if you focus at your breath, at your nose, you will suffer headache eventually. Sometimes I couldn't feel the movement of my stomach. Just place your finger inside, then you'll feel it. Then you will feel the movement somehow. When you don't feel it, the movement is so lightfully, it's very, very soft. You just use the finger, trying to find it, and try to maintain this emotion. Pong no, yup no, make it continuously until you become skillful. And when you focus at your stomach, you will be concentrated, and then you can focus on other things better. But if you cannot focus at your stomach, you will not be skillful and focus in other things later. Don't let don't focus at different spots. That means you will not control your mind. As I said, the stomach is the home of the mind. Whatever happens, just get back to your stomach, and also saying those words. Your body, your speech, and your mind have to go together synchronously. You say Pong no because your stomach is inflated. We feel it and we say it, right? So merit will be generated into your mind non-stoply. Keep doing this. It's called the four foundations of mindfulness. We are conscious with our body. This is deeper than consciousness. Okay, you may get back to your seat. This is it. If you let your hand drop, it means that your consciousness was cut off somehow. You have to restart, pull it back again. For those who is very well focused, they will just be in that position, and they'll focus. Their body is straight up, and the consciousness is very stabilized. This is how to control your mind. Usually when your mind leaves, your body, it just never come back. We have to force it to come back. This is how we learn to control our mind.